What is up, the Steem blockchain? Today I want to talk about something that came to my mind today that I feel pretty confident about, and that is, I think this is a prediction. I think that the cost of living very soon in the near future is going to be 10 times cheaper. So let's say a person would need $3,000 a month, then 10 times cheaper, that will mean that you only need $300 a month. So where does this come from? Where do I get this? Well, I look at trends. I look at stuff that's going on in the industry. I look at YouTube videos. I observe my own life, having more time over. And what I see is, so just one thing. I watched this video. It was almost 2 hours long, talking about how XRP can save banks 70% in money, 70% less fees by using Xcurrent, Xrapid, and XRP token. And I was considering, okay, that's interesting. And just that little thing, how much that saves in. But the big thing that can create that that it's going to be 10 times cheaper, again, not a financial advisor, but this is just a prediction. So what is the big thing that can save in a lot? Removing gateway keepers. Gateway keepers. Everything that these roles that people played that is no longer really needed. We're moving into a direct world where you communicate value not through gatekeepers, but we go into an instant world where you send value directly to the source that should have it. That means you basically remove all the gateway keepers that was needed in the past, and it becomes more fair, and you save in so much value there. Oh my god, there's so much value you save in on not needing gateway keepers. All these people that did a lot of work and kind of worked as the middle guy, they're not really needed, right? And that's kind of weird in many ways, but it's kind of true also. And that thing, I think, is going to lower or make everything 10 times cheaper in living cost by having direct communication with the source that actually should have the value. So in many ways, it becomes more fair, since you almost have this parasitical vampire way of there's a lot of energy that they're leeching on sources that can create value. And if you just cut that off, you actually make things more fair. You actually reward something exactly how much value it should have. And I think that can really simplify a lot of things. It can create deeper trust in there is a lot of changes then in what people that get value. But I feel like the gateway keepers, it's not like they will lose out. They will just, it will be better for them also, because we're moving into a world of automation, so they can automate the value that they get also. And also that with blockchain based systems, it means that a lot of tokens, a lot of digital wealth, it's going to trickle down to everyone that want to be a part of the system, basically. And if you lower the cost 10 times, people are going to feel also more abundant. They're going to feel more free. And then they're going to be more creative. So the irony is that even if you go 10 times cheaper in cost of stuff, and people can create more value because they have more time over. And you have these automation systems and bots and stuff like that that are working as assistants that also helps you to leverage your life more. So I've noticed that on my life. I always have more time over. Various systems in the world is getting optimized. Life is getting more frictionless, and the more time you have over, the more time you have of finding new ways to leverage life. And a big thing, obviously, with leverage is the internet. Leverage internet and trust and relationships with other people and finding out what works. It truly is going to grow exponentially because there's just so much more value if you do everything artificially. Digital ones and zeros, it lowers the cost. It removes the heaviness of clunky systems. Instead of having an old machine that's kind of slow, we should use the latest that are 10 times faster. And when I say 10 times faster, it's probably more like 100 times faster. I mean, value transactions on Steem blockchain 3 seconds. It probably is close to 100 times faster than older systems. So when I say 10 times cheaper for cost of living, when we're doing stuff 100 times faster in the internet world, transacting and doing stuff, I think that actually can be a reality. And if you take a look at, I mean, we have history, we can look at history and we can see that our grandpa worked harder and that our life right now is more chill because people have figured out ways where robots and automation, stuff like that, it can create the value. We don't have to do as much labor, and it just has this positive feedback loop, which is interesting. So then it also comes down a lot to humans have to figure out a new role. Our role has been for a very, very long time to just work. And now a new paradigm is starting where it's more just about having fun, I think. More just about having fun. For example, I created my own custom digital token. And that's interesting. So now it's just about having fun, doing random stuff, and just enjoying life. Because you're going to have a lot more time over. So much more time. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Hopefully enjoyed. And if you have some opinions about it, I would love to hear it. Obviously, this is not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next year. It's not going to happen in 10 years for majority of people. It's going to be a slow process. But once people start to figure out how to do things for a lower cost, more people are going to adopt that, basically. Same as people adopting Airbnb, same as people adopting Uber. It gives them more value in return, and people want the value. People don't like to waste time and energy. And if they figure out a way how to get more value figuring out better ways to leverage stuff, humans love that. So the direction is basically going, people moving more into this direction, right? So I think this is going to happen. So again, a prediction of mine that cost of living is going to be 10 times cheaper when gateway keepers and all that is removed and when it's just not needed anymore. Because every step in a process, every gateway keeper, it slows down everything. And if you can just create a direct communication where value actually should go and leverage that value, as we're doing with blockchains, the better. Yeah, have an awesome day. Steem blockchain. Bye-bye.